Hello, this is a demo of some changes to the Cockpit storage component, but we start with virtual machines this time. So here's a virtual machine where I've installed Alpine in the most standard way. And yeah, we can maybe log in and I'll show you the devices that it has. So it's installed on dev VDA and it has 3 partitions there. That's the standard Alpine installation. But if we look here, then the disk is actually a block device with this path. That means it's actually a logical volume in a volume group and on the host. So let's see how that looks in the terminal maybe first. So here we have can use ls block, and you see this is the block device for the logical volume. You can see the type is LVM and it's on one of the disks that the host has. But you don't see the partitions under it. So normally you would see in the tree here the 3 partitions of the root disk of the host actually. And you would expect maybe to see the same here. They don't show up. Maybe that's a good thing because you don't really want to touch them because they belong to the virtual machine inside the virtual machine. And yeah, but with Cockpit that would have been a problem because Cockpit detects that this has a partition table on it, but it is not told any of the partitions on it, so it would think it would all be free and would let you create more partitions, which would probably fail then, to be fair. But so there's confusion, potential for confusion. And this is what the change is about. So now this is how the logical volume shows looks like in Cockpit now. We can click on it, and now here normally you would see the content of it like a file system, never partitions actually, because that's just not supported. And in this case, Cockpit can see that there is a DOS partition table on it, but it at the same time does not expect partitions in this place, the storage tree. So it will warn you that this is probably a disk for a virtual machine and that you can't do anything with it. You can still delete the logical volume here, which might also be a bad idea, but the system luckily will prevent that because somehow this thing is locked now while the machine is running. Of course, if the virtual machine would be shut off, you could just delete this and override it and cause all kinds of damage. So you still have to be careful and know what you're doing, but at least now Cockpit gives you some hint that this is not a regular partition table that you could use like any other. And since we're here, for example, it's nothing here is watertight, I think, I'm afraid. So now we could do the explicit part probe command, and after that we should see all the partitions here, even with the sizes. And but Cockpit still figures out that this is not real and we shouldn't touch it. So okay, everybody be careful out there with virtual machines and disks and raw block devices. And but at least Cockpit now is a little step better here. Okay, thanks a lot.